Yo, what's good? What's good? This is officially episode one of the Unknownknoww podcast, the best podcast in the entire Caribbean. We're not even just in Trinidad anymore, the entire Caribbean. See me? And today we're answering our Instagram questions. I think this could be a Q&A session, but we only got one question, so I'll go see for that. That's alright for now. We still small, we still growing. Why? Okay. So a little house cleaning before we start. I'm thinking of doing the podcast every Wednesday and Sunday, 6 p.m. on both days. I want to keep Sunday more like for interviews for artists, whatnot. And Wednesdays would more be Instagram questions, Twitter questions, possibly Facebook questions as well. Yeah. So, alright, that's all to the way. So, moving on. The first question, or the first request for our opinion, I guess, was from Raya Luvai. The question was, it's kind of a weird question, but it was like, who or what you're trying to hear on episode 1? And Raya Luvai responded and he wanted to know the keys to happiness. So, I'm here to give you all my keys to happiness in Trinidad and Tobago on the Unknownknoww podcast. Let's get it. So I broke this point down into about 5 separate points. Who are you? Identify your drivers. Are you aware of your faults? Fun time and have fun in everything you do. It's pretty simple, nothing too crazy, just my opinions. So breaking them down, pretty simple. And I guess the main point to everything here is keys to happiness. 5 points. Cooch. I just played. Obviously not. But alright, let's get serious now. So in identifying who are you, this is the first point I had. In identifying who are you or who you are, you need to identify the person you are. That's so cliche. But it's along the lines of knowing the type of person you are, the type of things you enjoy, the type of things you like, you dislike, that kind of stuff. Not who you are as in, who are you as in just your name, where you're from, where you're born, that kind of stuff. But more in depth of who are you? What are you? Are you a go-getter? Are you a relaxer? Are you somebody who would just wait for something to happen in your life? Or would you go out and grab that thing? Now I mean, identify who you are. Are you a happy soul? Are you a sad soul? Are you a finesser? Are you a chill boy? Are you a wet man? Are you a wet gal? It doesn't really matter, but you need to identify, like legit pinpoint, identify who are you. Now I mean, moving on to the next point, you want to identify your drivers. Not your drivers as in your whip or your car or your bike or whatever. Your drivers as in the stuff that propel you to do better. The stuff that propel you to want more in life. Is it seeing your girlfriend better off or seeing your boyfriend better off? Is it seeing your mommy and daddy better off? Is it money? Is it material things? Like what exactly are your drivers? And then identifying your drivers, you need to figure out, are they sustainable? Are the things that motivate you to do better, are they sustainable? For instance, let's say your driver is money. How much money would it take for you and you working to get that money to be happy? How much? Would you be chasing money? Oh crap, sorry. Would you be chasing money for your entire life? Would you? Or it's the situation where if you make $1 million, I bet I could see. Don't make $1 million, you can't do much for that in Trinidad, especially in TT dollars. You know what I mean? Is it seeing your parents well off? I mean, you could always work to a point where at least I believe you could see your parents well off. If it is you're buying them a house, you send them on some trips, you get them a car. If your parents just simply might be like, no, why you just get some pots for me? Oh, I want to go to the mall and eat some auntie ants. It could be something as simple as that. But that is something sustainable. Money on the other hand, like, Nah, that one a little sketchy. If it's material things, you'd always be running down material things. And in reality, it is possible to run down material things if you're making enough money and still have enough money to sustain your life. But there are some people who will just run down material things to the point where they can't even sustain their life. They're more interested in looking nice and showing off to their friends than developing a proper savings pattern or savings towards a house or a business, or you know what I mean? You could spend your money and you could show off or whatnot, but be able to sustain that. Don't ever forget that. Nothing is always final and finite. Bet. So point number 3, are you aware of your faults? Some people live their entire life and they don't know what are their faults, so the ignorance of their faults. Some people are overachievers. Me, for instance, I am a ridiculous perfectionist. And at times it will get in my way where it's concerned in the arts field. Because I might want to do something in my opinion, that is perfect to me. But then, because I'm working with other people, I also have to consider their idea or their aspect of perfection. So it might be kind of detrimental to me and my business for me to just focus on, oh no, I know it's supposed to be like this and this is the best it's ever been. And send it to a client, and the client is like, you know, if I'm not tweak that a little bit, take down some reverb here, add a little echo there, or add a little bit more blue in this video, or whatever. And I say, nah, dog, forget that, you're mad. That shit. This is supposed to be this is my idea of perfect, and whatever you thinking that's wrong, that could be detrimental to your business and to you personally, alright? Identify your faults. It could be stuff like you don't care what anybody think. Could be stuff like you expect people to read your mind, and if they don't read your mind, that's a problem. Identify your faults and identify as well if they are good faults or bad faults. There are such things as good faults. Good faults could preserve you and preserve your life, and then bad faults will be detrimental to you. Alright, so far those are the 3. Who are you? Identify your drivers, and are you aware of your faults? Moving on to number 4 and 5, they're somewhat synonymous. Having fun time and enjoying whatever you're doing, right? Number 4, fun time. With everything that you do, you need to find that balance between having fun and work. Okay? If you are in the creative field, sometimes your job will just turn into fun all the time, but sometimes you'd be at a point, I think they refer to it as writer's block. It could be in anything. It could be video block, music production block, photography block, videography block, drawing block. Like it really doesn't matter. But it will come, there's sometimes points where you work yourself so much. I think I'm actually going through that right now. You work yourself so much that when it comes time to chill, you find it hard to chill, and then you just feel terrible. Like, that's not cool. When you know you're done enough, like, take your time, take a break, relax a bit, simps. And then always number 5, always have fun in everything you do. Is as simple as that. Always try to see the positive in everything you do. Nothing is wrong with that. For some people it might be bad. Could be with a drug man and he bringing money for you and he's saying, oh, when he bringing money for me, so everything I let buy. Could end up in jail, fam. He could end up dead, you know what I mean? So see the positive in a bunch of stuff, but at the same time just balance. Again, try to find a balance between seeing the positive and stuff and just wilding. You don't want to be wilding out there. You could end up dead, especially in Trinidad. You could end up dead easy peasy lemon squeezy. You know what I mean? So, again, those are my little 5 points for happiness. Again, who are you? Identify your drivers. Are you aware of your faults? Fun time and have fun in everything you're doing. Thank you again to Raya Luvai. First question for the Unknown podcast. We're trying to keep these under 10 minutes, which is cool. We have about 10 seconds again, so bless up to Raya. Thank you for Bedroom Audio Engineer for sponsoring us. And don't forget to follow us on all social medias at Unknownknoww. UNKNOWKNOWW. Drop your questions and just stay tuned. This is about to be the best podcast in the whole Caribbean. Bless up. Take care.